Shall we start now?
Yes, sir.
Is the screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now we'll see the today morning we have completed till links, images, and tables. So we'll see about the list. So list exercises we'll see. Now another list we are using. So I want to display the coffee as a list. So what I have to write? What is missing over here?
LI, sir.
Yes, Li is missing. So already we have covered this. Just it's a practice for us. So yes, which is correct. Then we go for the another one. So it is asking for the order list. So what is the tag I have to write over here for order list? For unordered list, we are using UL. For order list,
OL, sir.
yeah. So we are going to use the OL tag, opening and closing of OL tag. Then we need the styles followed by the bullets. So what I have to do? CSS we have to write for this. Simply we used to write attribute type. So yesterday we have seen something called type is equal to square or disk or something like that. So how you going to use the style for getting the bullets? Yes. What you going to write for the styles? Any answer? Yes. Any idea?
No, sir.
So we are going to use the type as list type. So we will be using something like this. List, style, type. So we need something called for bullets. What we are using? Disk, square. What else we are using? Yes. What are the three things? Yesterday we covered. No, this one. For bullets, what we are using? We have something called list type, style type as one is disk, one is square, and one other is what? So we got the answer, something like this. So what I have to write? So it is list type square. So you can have the squares. I can have the disk or circle. So four things we can have. Disk we can have the circle, and we can have the square. Okay, next. Now I want this to be like coffee, tea, milk should be given by list, so that it should be highlighted like alphabets. So what I have to do? I have to use something called type is equal to capital A. So we have been come across this type is equal to capital A, type is equal to small a, type equal to small I, capital capital I, or one. If I give, then automatically the order list will be coming with alphabets ABC, or it will be coming with small abc, or it will be coming with Roman numbers or the numbers. So based upon that, we need an attribute called type. So we will be using type is equal to capital A. So the question, if you see, what is the attribute to display the uppercase instead of numbers? So we have to use the attribute called type, and we have to specify the value as capital A. Don't give ABC something like so. If you give small capital A, then you're going to get the answer. Then I need the Roman numbers. So tell me the how we're going to get the Roman numbers. So type is equal to Roman numbers in uppercase he wants. So I'll be saying capital I. So I'll be saying capital I. If I give small case, I'll going to get a small case Roman letters. Okay, is it okay? Now this is also correct. Now here we'll be asking about the description list. So we have definition or unordered list, order list, and definition list. So when I go for the definition list, so we are using something called definition data. Definition data is there. So he wants the elements. So use the correct HTML elements to make the description of each term in the description list. So simply I can use the same thing. So I can say here a dt, close the
Sir,
dt.
DD, I think.
This one
DD, I think, sir.
definition list kadamma. DT only amma. Definition list, definition data is here. You can say DD. So we can use DT. So we'll see what will be the true for it is correct. So it is DD. Okay. So it is DD. So like this, we have completed our HTML list also. Now we'll say something called about the classes. So already we have been come across this like color, red color we have been talking. Again, it has been repeated in different manner. So he wants to add the color property with blue instead of special class. So here you need a special. So class is equal to special. So what I have to do? I have to use something called dot special. Open the braces, close the braces, and I need the color. Say use the color and say blue. Is it okay? So code has been given. So in the style I have to write this one. So he was saying that for the paragraph this color should be applied. So I'm using the keyword called the attribute called class, and in that the value is being given special. So when I'm using the class, I have to say dot that particular keyword, because this is a user defined. So one more time it has been come across us. So I want the user defined value, I want to create it. So if it is a class, if I'm using here class, then it should be dot. If I want id, if I want here id, then I'll be using the hash function here. So right now he wants the class only. So open the braces, close the braces, and he want the color as a blue, and try to see the output for this. Okay, it's correct. Then we'll go for the another one. So he's using, again you can see I am using something called my style. Color is equal to red. Now you can guess what is the answer for this. Yes, can you tell me the answer for this?
Class equals to my style, sir.
Yeah, class is equal to my style. Yes, correct. Now you tell me this one. Two classes are there, intro and special, for H1 element. So it is going to have the background color pink and text color red. So I want to apply a background color and a text color red. So two things have been given. So how I'll be using these two things in my code?
By comma, sir. Using comma.
So we'll say class is equal to, what is that? Intro, comma, special. So let's say this one. So no comma, it should be what you call space. So we'll see whether this is going to apply. So we'll try to see the output for this. What is that? Online HTML compiler, no? So here I'm using that one. What is that? Class is equal to intro. Sure. Now we can see the output of this. I can see background color I got pink and the text color both the things. So I'm using something called intro space special. Got it? Now we'll move to the another one. So we'll go with an ID, HTML ID. So you can see what is the difference you find in the for the class and the ID. So here I'm using the hash function, there I'm using the dotted one. So simply I can say ID equal to my header, and you can see the output of this. If you go for the second exercise, so he wants what I have to do. Now you can tell me the answer for this. So color property he wants. So I go for say color blue. I'll be saying open the braces. This is okay. Closing the braces. This is okay. He wants the name as special. So what I have to use here? Dot or a hash?
Hash.
I have to use hash. Right. Then we'll move to the about the forms. So we'll go to the forms. So we'll see what is the forms we're going to do. Now I want to add a button called OK. So how I'll be doing? So we have a form tag and we need a button. Okay. So what I have to say? use input type is equal to button and value is equal to okay. So I'll be explaining on this some of the points. Say here I need different kinds of forms. So I'll say form opening and closing. So I'll be saying input type is equal to, if I want text box, I'll be getting text box. If I say input button I need, I'll say button I'll be saying. If you want radio button, I'll be saying input type is equal to radio button. If you want checkbox, I'll say input type is equal to checkbox. What else you have? You need something called input type is equal to password. So you can have the password also. So for text box, you will be using text box. If you want button, I can have the button. Radio button, I can have checkbox. I can have password. I can have, and I can have the drop down option by saying select, then option, then I'll say bcom, bsc, something like that. So these are all our interactive form elements. So I can see the output of this by clicking on this. So you can see this is your text box. So I can have the text box. So this is a button. So there is no label for this. So here you can say value is equal to submit. Then if you run this, and you can see the submit button. This is your radio button. This is your checkbox, and this is your password box, and this is your drop down box. So if I want all these things interactive GUI for the web technologies, so I'll be using type is equal to text, type is equal to button, type is equal to radio, type is equal to checkbox, type is equal to password. So like this, I'll be having these many of components for form elements. Able to got, you got it? What I want to say. Okay. Now let's see for the another one. The phone number. Now here I want to add the radio buttons. So tell me how we are going to add the radio buttons.
Input type equals to radio. Name equals to gender.
What about down?
Same, sir.
For this also gender. So name for both will be the same, but value are different. So that this will be act as single button. So if you see this output, so answer will be the same, correct, and we'll see the output of this. So I'll be using the same radio button here, and I'll make it for another radio button like this. So two radio buttons I've been using, and we'll see the output of this. Now when I click on this radio button, and you can see I have one radio button, I have another radio button. See, I have been able to select both the things. It should not be done like that. It should select any one of that. So what I have to do, I have to go for this and I have to say name is equal to Jen, something like that. Now here also I'll be saying name is equal to Jen. Now we'll run this and see. I can select this or I can select this. See, any one I can select. But when I'm selecting any one of this, something should be answer for this. So for this one answer, for this one answer. So either it is true or false. Either the answer can be or it can be male or female. So whichever the box I'm selecting, it is comes under one group, but I want some value. So when I want to select that particular value, I need this to be selected. Some value should be there. So here I'll be saying value is equal to n, and here I'll be saying value is equal to f. So what happens? Though I selected any one of that, I have only one option to select from this. But whichever the option I'll select, according to that, the appropriate answer will be selected. So one for M, one for F. So this is how I'll be using the grouping of the radio button. Okay. So any doubt regarding the form? Any doubt regarding the forms? Now we'll see the form attributes. So we'll see the form attributes. Now add a submit button and specify that form should go to the this particular page. So whenever I click on that particular button, it should go to that particular page. So here if you see, I'm clicking on the submit button. It is saying your answer is correct and go to the next page. Or if I click on this show button, it is giving me the hint, something like. So the same button is working in two ways. So like that, if I have the button, so I need one button. Whenever I click that button, it should open this. So first of all, we write the button. So for that, what I'll do, submit, that is input. Type is equal to what? I have to use something called, instead of button, I'll be saying submit. Instead of button, I'll be saying submit. Okay. Now this is what it will going to do. So submit button. So I'll get the button. When I click on the submit button, it will should open this. So for this, what I have to do? I have to say form method. I have to say method equal to this. So we'll see the answer for this. Sorry, I forgot. It is not method, it is action. It is action is
Sir,
equal to, yeah,
screen
tell
is
me.
not
Entama?
screen.
Screen out. Oh, sorry. Now you can see.
Yes, sir.
హలో నమస్తే సార్ చెప్పండి సార్ ఇప్పుడా సార్ నేను ఆల్రెడీ ఆన్లైన్ క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను సార్ నాకు అసలు మార్నింగ్ నేను 9 నుంచి వితౌట్ రెస్ట్ ఐఎమ్ టేకింగ్ క్లాస్ ఈవెన్ ఐ టు నాకు బ్రష్ కూడా తీసుకోవాలి బ్రష్ కూడా చేయాలి స్నానం కూడా చేయాలి కంటిన్యూ సిస్టమ్ పైన కూర్చున్నా వితౌట్ బ్రేక్ లేదు ఇవాళ అయితే వెనస్డే వచ్చిందంటే నాకు తలనొప్పి సార్ కంటిన్యూగా నాకు 8 hours క్లాస్ ఉంటుంది అరే మా కాలేజీ సార్ వెనస్డే రోజు నా కాలేజీ నా వర్క్ లోడ్ అట్లా ఉంటుంది లేదు సార్ ఇప్పుడు తీసుకోవడానికి లేదు నాకు ఇప్పుడు ఇది క్లాస్ 3:30 వరకు ఉంది మళ్ళీ 3:30 to 4:30 ఒక క్లాస్ తర్వాత మళ్ళీ మన ఎంకామ్ వాళ్ళది 5:20 హార్డ్లీ ఆ 20 minutes గ్యాప్లో స్నానం చేసుకొని తిందామని చూస్తున్నాం సార్ సార్ నాకు ఎస్ఎంఎస్ పంపించండి నేను రేపు పంపిస్తాను సార్ రేపు పంపిస్తాను సార్ సరే సార్ ఓకే సార్ Is the screen is visible, no? So I have to use something called the action, and so this will going to take care. So whenever I have the submit button, the button will look after the page. So whenever I click that, automatically it will going to take me to that particular page. So we'll see this one whether it will going to work or not. So I'll copy this and we'll see in our code. So here I'm writing this one, something like this, and we'll click on this, and you can see when I click on this, it is going to some other page. So right now that page is not available. It will work. Now suppose again I'll go to this, and if I try to click this button, it will not work. See, this button will not work. Why? Because for this I don't have any action. See, for this form I don't have any action. So no redirection. So, but for this button, I have a redirection. That means after submitting something, you clicking on that, it is going to take me to some other page. So it will going to take me to the some other page. Suppose here, if I write some link, so better I'll write something like www.google.com if I try to do it, and we'll see whether this will work or not. So I click on this, it should open the Google form. Okay. So we'll see the exact address will can be able to see. So yeah, we'll copy this URL. We'll try to see whether this is going to open or not. I'll write the code here. Now we'll see whether this page is going to open. See, so it is opening, but it is refusing to connect it. Okay. So anyhow, we are able to go to that particular website. Okay. Or else we take any other link, whether it is going to open or not. I'll see. I'll trying to get it another link also. And we'll say this link will work. So this also is not, but in our case, if it is writing in our program, it will work. So because the interpreter is here only, no, so it will show the output, but it will not going to display any other content also. It's not as a, it's just an output. It's not a browser. So if you work on the notepad and if you do this, this will work. Okay. So this is about your forms attribute. Now it is asking about the post method. So specifying the form to submit using the post method. So here it is giving action. That means whenever I click the button, it should open this page. Okay. And it should be post method. So here I'll be saying method equal to post. We have two concepts. One is get, another is post. So what is the difference between this get and post? So when I say post, on the screen you can see in my browser URL link, if you see, you can able to see here w3.com html exercise.asp question mark file name equal to exercise html forms attribute 2 is coming. Are you able to see this on my URL?
No, sir.
On the screen, my cursor, on my cursor you can see in the URL, browser URL, my cursor, you can see my cursor on the topmost. Are you able to see here?
Hmm.
This
No,
one.
sir.
This one, ma.
Actually, that W3 school screen is there, sir.
Which screen you are getting on the screen?
Exercise 2.
Are you getting the exercise? Exercise 2 is getting.
Yes, sir.
On top, if you see, okay, the screen is here only. Okay, 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 right. What I can show you, because the screen is covering only up to this only. Okay, what I can do. Okay, so this is showing only the screen. It's not showing the entire browser. Okay, oh, I can show you this one. The screen is taking only the portion of the screen, only not taking the entire screen. Okay, so in your only it is showing like this. Okay, it's not covering the entire screen now. So that's why it is not coming. Okay, anyhow, we'll when share, I'll share any other screen. I'll tell you how to do that. Maybe I can show you in my mobile. Is my voice is audible now?
Sir, it's echoing, sir.
Just for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes, I will bear me because in order to show the output, I am using this one mobile. Now you able to see screen? Yeah. On the screen, can you able to see there is a google.com search? Able to see this one?
Yes, sir.
On the screen, there is something called support microsoft.com slash en you are getting, no? I'll try to edit this one. Now you can see there is some 0 to A9139 something is here getting, no? So this can be done only with get option. So get option, what it will going to do? It will going to take the parameters along with your file. So when I'm using the Google form or the form options, as we have seen, creating of input box, radio buttons, and all things. So when I click the submit button, along with that, whatever the content that are being there in your text boxes, radio button, that all values will be seen in the screen. I can able to see the output in the screen. So say I am and selecting the gender, I'm entering my password, I'm entering my name. That name, password, gender will be seen in my address bar. Like you are seeing over here, this 02EA91. When it will appear, when I'm using method is equal to get. So the data is very secure. I don't want to show anyone, everyone, those who are trying to fill the form. So in order to avoid that, for security reason, I want to hide my sensitive data. Then I go for the post method. So post method will go it will going to give me only the information. What kind of information? I'll show you that one. So it will not show this all values. This will not show all this values. Simply it will going to give me the like this. So http support microsoft.com enus/topic. Just I'm giving a sample example. So after this, it will not going to show me the next value. So values has been passed through my text box or my radio buttons or list box, whatever the values I'm selecting, that all values will be travel from one system to another or to the server or in my backend I want to store. So the data will be transferred. So when it is traveling, that should be hidden because it's a sensitive data. I don't want to show it. So for that, what I'm using the method as post and get. So get will show the information, post will going to hide the information. Is it okay? So I'm using the method is equal to post. Are you able to see the screen, ma? Is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir, but in a small size, in an icon.
Small size.
Now it's visible, sir.
Okay. So this is how you're going to use the method post. Now we'll see the form elements. So I want to add a empty drop down list with the name cars. So empty drop down list. So what I have to use the for drop down list, what I have to use? Select name is equal to cars, and I'll be using the option, or I'll say select, because select is open, select is closed. So it is an empty options without any list items. So we will not get any drop down items. So we have seen the drop down items, how the drop down items will be going to come. So if you see the output of this, so we are getting the drop down here MCOM and BSc. So if you don't want this, simply you don't write this option. So if you remove this and if I run this, you will get the drop down without any values. So this is empty list. So this is what we want to, you want the answer. Now you want the options for this. So I'll be saying option, close the option. Here again, option, close the option. Now this is what first we have to do it. Then what you want? Whenever I click this Volvo or fraud, the answer should be fraud. Or if I click Volvo, answer should be Volvo. So what I have to do here? I have to say value is equal to Volvo, and here I'll say value is equal to fraud. So whatever the item I'll be selecting, that value should be stored in my database or it should be displayed on the screen. So I'll saying option. If I don't write like this, simply it will give me the list on the screen, Volvo and Ford. But whenever I'm selecting the Volvo, whatever the value that has been attached to that should be displayed on the screen or should be stored in my backend. Okay. Now, in for a form below, add a text area with the name note. So we need a text area. So what is the text? Input type is equal to text, we know it's a text box, but I need like a bigger size. Like you'll be saying, writing a message and I want to send it. Like if you remember in our Gmail, we are going to compose it. So the first one will be the to address, then second one will be the subject, third one will be in that box we are going to send, write the paragraph and all the things, and we'll be clicking on the submit button. So to whom you want to send, you will be having to address. Then what is the title of that particular subject, you will be having subject. So the two are the text boxes. Below you will be having a bigger box with a scroll down horizontal rule. You will be finding that will be going to tell me about how much text you want to type in that. So that area is called as a text area. Okay, so more lines, multi lines if you want. So text box will not going to sufficient for us, so we need a text area. So I'll be saying text area, then name is equal to note, and close the text area. So we'll see the output of this, because we have seen here about the type is equal text, button, radio, checkbox, password box, select box we have seen. So we'll see for the another one, something like text area. So we have text area. So what is that? Name is equal to out, and I'll close the text area, and I'll run this, and you can find the bigger text here. See, and I have a small line over here. With the help of that, I can drag this. See, so as much of length I can add it. So here I can type as many of text. See, like this. So this is what the advantage of text area. See, so whenever I'm typing, automatically I'm getting the rule. Okay, scroll bars. Okay, now, now we go to the next exercise. Now about the input types. So in the input types, what we require? We need the text box. So in the question it is be asking in the form below, add a input text box as a text with the name as user. So simply you can say, and name is equal to username. So already we have covered this, but even though we'll be seeing this. Then second we'll be seeing. Now you want a submit button. So now you can tell me the submit button. So can you tell me the answer, Ketan or anyone? So what I have to write here? I need a submit button and the value should be submit form. What I have to write? Any idea? Yes, Aishwarya, Nikit, Sakina, Yamuna. Yes, can you tell me the answer? No idea. Is my voice is there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Should I write?
Yes, sir.
I have to say type is equal to submit, and I'll say value is equal to submit form. Now I want two radio buttons with name color. So I'll be saying name is equal to color. Again, name is equal to color. What do you want next? Type is equal to radio. So type is equal to radio. Okay. Now tell me this one. I need to but add a button. So no need to use the input. So I don't want to use the input as a type is equal to button or submit. I need directly the tag called button. So how will be writing? I'll be using directly button, open the button, close the button tab, and in between this I have to write something called click me. Now this is how you are going to write the another button. So instead of writing input form, I can write directly the button also. Now you read this in the form below. Add a input button that can contain only numbers. Use the correct input type, input attributes to only allow numbers between 1 to 5. Any answer for this? So it should accept only the numbers, and that should be range from 1 to 5. So we'll see this one. So we have to say something called type is equal to number, minimum is equal to 1, maximum is equal to 5. So let's see this one. So I'm writing here below this one. So we'll see that this one. Now I'll be writing here. It is accepting characters. Here it is accepting the characters as well as the numbers also. Here I'll type the numbers and the characters. Password it is okay. Whatever. Here I can type the names and the characters. What about this? So I cannot type the characters. See, I cannot type, and I cannot type 6. So if I say 6, 5 only to take. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm getting. So I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So no increment. Decrement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even if I try to type 7 or 8, it is not going to increment the value. So only it will going to give me the 5 only. See. So it is going up and down. Even if you type anything also, it will accept, but it is not going to take the values at once. See. So how I will be writing this one? By saying input type is equal to number, min is equal to 1, maximum is equal to 5. Now let's see the input attributes. Now we want to add the placeholder. Now what is this placeholder? When I see your program, if you see the previous program, in this I'm trying to type something. What I have to type, I should be get informed in prior information. That means I should have the prior information what I have to enter. So blindly I should not type whatever I like. So the user should get information that in this you have to enter something. So that something should be given in advance, well in advance to the user, seeing that he'll going to know okay I have to enter. So if I say here name, what name? My name, my father name, my college name or something. So I should mention something clearly. Okay, and what format you want, that all format you have to specify in this, which cannot be editable. And if I try to enter something, that will be gone. So the gray color information disable mode, data has been displayed in the text box, we call that as a placeholder. So how I'll be using that one? So here I'll be saying placeholder, and I'll be saying your name here. So let's see this one how it will going to come. So I'm removing all these things so not to get confused. Now I'll be return this one and I'll to run this. Now you can see here I'm able to see my box has been filled with the gray color, and if I try to enter, that will be gone. If I remove this, again it will going to come. So it's like a hint to the users where they are going to enter something. Okay. So here we saying enter your Aadhaar number. So I'll be saying uh, enter your Aadhaar. I can see I'm going to get the Aadhaar. So like this, it is going to give me the a small piece of information as a hint so that the user will not get any confusion what to enter in the text box. So we have the another attribute called placeholder. Now let's we see how to disable the input box. That means data should be there, but it should be disabled. So simply you can say disable. How it will going to work, we will see. So here I'll be saying disabled, and if I run this, now this information will be there, but I cannot put my cursor and I cannot type onto this. Okay, so by mistake I have typed the spelling mistake. See, I cannot put my cursor into this. I'm unable to put my cursor. So simply I'll say disable. See, it's not working. Okay. Now I want the maximum number of characters input field to 40. So I need the maximum characters. So I'll be saying max is equal to 40. So set the maximum numbers of characters allowed in the input box. So it should be size, I think so. I'll check it. Okay, it is max length. Okay, so I have to specify it says an max length is equal to 40. It is going to set my box. It will not allow more than 40 characters. So we'll see whether this is going to work. So I'll be saying this one 40 characters. So in order to see, we'll see. I'll allow 4. Now let's see 4 characters will be allowed or not. Now I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, I'm unable to 5 type the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I cannot type it. Even I cannot type the characters also. So I can type 3. And if I want another one value, I can type 5, but I cannot type the 6. So only it is allowing 4 characters. Now it is asking the input box should be read only. That means you cannot change the value. So simply can say read only. So we'll see the output of this, whether this is going to work. So here it is asking set the input box to read only. So I'll say read only. We'll see this one in our program. So I'll be saying here read only. So the cursor is not going to put it. So the box will be available, but I cannot type anything into this. So disable is not allow anything, and read only also not going to allow anything. So it is like this. So up to this, any doubt more? So these are the exercises we have covered till now. Anything we have missed? We have seen the attributes. We have seen the input types. Then we have seen the frames. Iframes are there, but it's not in our syllabus. Okay, let it. We will try this also. Now we go for the frame concepts and iframes are there. So it is like a portion of your skin. Like this is the best example of frame concept. How we can say it's the best example of frame concept? Here you can see on the top I have home button, reset button, close button, and this has been splitted. One box is there where I can able to find HTML images, list, classes, ID, frames, and I'm able to scroll down this one. Okay, and whenever I click any exercises, automatically I'm able to see the output in the right hand side box. And for this also we have up and down scroll box. If the information is more, I'll be able to see the up and down scroll box also. So if I click on this, so I'll be going to get the up and down scroll box. Okay, so let me see and we'll show you how it will be. So it's like a small piece of portion. Now this is the frame concept. No, iframe is different. Frames are different. So frames are you are trying to divide your page into parts. So splitting of your document into parts. Whereas iframe is internal frame that is going to split the document internally as a small frame. Okay, so splitting the document to frames is a frame concept, and inside the document you have some small portion will be divided into part, that is iframe. So we call it an internal frame. So we'll see this one how it will going to work. So one more time I'll be copying this and I'll show the output of this. So here I'll be writing the frame concept. So I will say src, and when I run this, and you'll find there is one box. See, now in this box I'm able to see the information. Okay, so this portion will be left out with some other information, this portion. So in the entire document, so this is the entire document. In this document I have been taking one small size, and in that I'm trying to fill some information. Okay, now I want the frame size with some size. So simply you can say width is equal to 500 pixel. So the question is asking about what is the size of the frame I want. So I go to my this and I'll say here I want the width of 500 and I can see the output. So I can see my width has been got increased now. So the frame is coming like this. Now we will move to the second another one. Now I want the frame without borders. As you have seen, the frame is getting the outline. It's like thick line is coming on the screen. So I don't want that screen. So I'll be saying I want that border should be removed. So simply you can say border none. Okay, it's correct. So we'll see here. So here you are getting able to see the border lines. So I'll remove the border for this. So I'll be saying style border none. And we'll see whether I'm going to get the border. See, simply frame is there, but there is no lines to that. So previously we have seen the borders. Now we are getting the borders. So if you want the borders, I'll be saying I want the borders of 5 pixel. Then I'll able to get the lines to that. See, I got the lines to that. So depending upon the scenario, we'll be using all these features. Now create iframe with an URL default.html. Now you tell me. So already you have seen the three access. Now based upon that, you give me the answer for this.
Sir, the
We can
screen
guess.
is not
Yes, no?
screen, sir.
No?
Sir, in your screen, compiler is being showed, sir.
Now you can tell me.
Yes.
So can you tell me the answer for this?
iframe
Iframe.
src equals to
SRC equal to
default.html.
default.html. Use this. Use this iframe. This is correct. So these are all the things whichever that has been completed our syllabus, that all syllabus again we have been got a exercises, all practical things has been completed. So we have been come across about the attributes, about the headings, paragraph styles, formatting, quotations, comments, css, links, images, tables, list, about the classes, okay, about the id, then forms, form attributes, form elements, input types, input attributes. So altogether we have been covered. Up to this, do you have any doubt regarding the HTML? So with this, we'll be finishing our sessions. Then we'll move to the JavaScript exercises because almost all theoretical part has been completed by me, and we have been going for the practical exercises. So practical already have been sent to you to write the uh, record, and whenever I ask, you're just ready to submit it. Maybe we may have the exams, practical exams online. So in that case, you should be ready with your record. So what are the things you should execute on the system? So already I told you that there is an HTML app, you can download it, you can execute it. So if you don't want to waste the memory size in your mobile, means directly you can use the link which I have been told to you as online HTML compiler. Write the program, execute on the screen, and you'll get the output. Take the screenshot of that. If you're able to draw with your hand, you can draw it, or if you are have well enough to take the printouts, you can take, but I'm not suggesting to take the printouts in the pandemic periods. I don't want to waste your money. If you're able to draw it, you can draw as an output. Otherwise, if you want to take the printout, it's an optional. Okay, so
Sir,
these are the things. Yeah, tell me.
however, if it is online, we can submit soft copy, right, sir?
Soft copy, you have to take the photographs and you have to send it to the Google Classroom. I'll
Yes,
be
sir.
sharing. Okay, Google Classroom already last time you have, no?
Yes, sir.
So that I'll be, even if you don't have the link, I'll be sharing one more time. You can submit in that.
Okay, sir.
Right. So any doubts up to this? So that I will move to the scripting language, because 45 minutes is left out. So I have to finish that one also. Okay. So 5 minutes break I'll be giving to you, and thereafter again we'll start with an JavaScript coding. Okay.